is Halios Torres, and this is my project. Today I'll be interviewing my mother. Her name is Gail Torres, and we are recording this interview at home for my Women's Studies One Oral History project. Before we begin, I want to confirm that I have your permission to record this interview.
Yes.
Thank you. And this interview will focus on your experiences as a Filipino immigrant woman, your journey to the United States in 2001, your role as the breadwinner of our family, and the different forms of labor, care, and sacrifice you've carried throughout your life. Thank you, Mommy, for agreeing to share your story with me. I really appreciate your time and your willingness to talk about your experiences. We can begin now.
Okay.
Okay, question 1. Can you tell me about your life in the Philippines before coming to the United States in 2001?
Yeah, 2001, I'm a newly graduate. I graduated in college 2000. And I started working as a grade school teacher. Overall, I have a good life in the Philippines. And my best friend decided that she wanted to try going to the US. And I don't have any plan going to the US. So she did apply, and she asked me, actually, she did all my requirements to apply to go here also. And then luckily, I'm the one who got approved to go to the United States. But overall, my life in the Philippines, I'm not saying that we're well off, but I have a comfortable life. And, with my parents sacrificing and doing all the job to, to give us a good life.
If you had a comfortable life in the Philippines, why did you choose, even though you were approved anyways?
Yeah, because I wanted to try something new. And of course, the American dream also. Like, I've been hearing it like, okay, let's try it. Yeah, that's what decided me to go here.
Like the drive and the discipline that you did you challenge yourself?
Yes, kind of. Because I wanted to see like, okay, what can I do more? Yeah, when I decided to go here.
So you think that being in the Philippines wasn't enough for yourself?
It was not enough because you're not gonna make the money that you can make here versus in the Philippines, because you have to wait at least years. Yeah, years
to make what you have now.
That's correct.
Second question: what hopes or fears did you carry with you when you decided to move to the U.S., and what did you imagine your life would be when you arrived?
Can you say one more time?
First question again. What hopes or fears did you carry with you when you decided to move to the U.S.?
The hopes is, of course, I wanted to be successful here in the United States. My fears is because I'm leaving my family back home. Yeah, because back then we don't have Facebook, we don't have Friendster, we don't have that technology to communicate with them. It's very expensive. And the homesickness, it's very hard. It's very tough.
So when you were dealing with that, what did you do to cope?
Prayers.
And what did you imagine your life would become when you arrived?
I didn't think about that one. So I just decided to go here.
What do you mean? You can speak Tagalog.
Yeah, back then it's hard. Yeah, I think 3 months I was crying every day. Mas mahirap kasi. I don't have family here. I have my cousins, they help me. My mom's friend was here, but it's different. It's very different. And that time, nakalala ko yung daddy mo. He's the one who helped me to go through all this. He's the one who helped me. mahirap kasing malayo. Kasi I think, nung pumunta ako dito sa US, I was at your age. I was 21. Ang mali ko kasi noon, masyado ako nagmadali. Hindi ko iniisip kung anong mangyayari. But, overall, nung nakita ko kayo, nung nakita kita, that's, of course, nag-change yung priority ko. It's not me anymore. Ikaw na yung priority ko that time. It's not you. I'm not saying na, it's just that, syempre, pag, being a mother, it's different. I promise to myself na when I become a mother, hindi mararanasan ng mga anak ko na anything pain, na broken family, hindi sila magugutom, hindi sila masasaktan in any way. I know, I'm not saying na, nag-sacrifice ako ng dahil. No, it's not that. Kasi alam ko yun, nung naging nanay ako, alam ko na kailangan ikaw na yung priority ko at saka yung kapatid mo. So even though na alam kong deep inside me, I mean, I'm happy, but yung emptiness ng malayo ko sa pamilya mo, mahirap. Pero I have to do that one kasi meron ng mga nakadepende sa akin na, syempre nung bata ka pa, diba? So, yun. Okay, next question. Number 2 pa lang yun.
When you first arrived in the US, what were the biggest challenges you faced and how did you manage or overcome them?
It really, as what I've said, the challenges, it's very hard kasi back then we don't have that technology to communicate back with my parents. And I know I've hurt them so much. Because I was so young, I got pregnant. And of course, they were expecting a lot for me, diba? Because I was newly graduate. I was just starting my career. And I overcome it through prayers talaga. Without prayers at that time, I don't think I can do it. So really, the prayers, it saved me. Yeah. Kasi nga mahirap tumawag doon kasi napakamahal. I think like $5, about 20 minutes only. And I'm not making that much money back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So mahirap. And daddy was there. He's supporting me. But I know he's doing his best. But the emptiness, it's hard. But I have to do it kasi nga nandyan na kayo. Nandyan ka na noon that time.
How did you take on the role of the breadwinner in our family?
How did I take the role?
Mm-hmm. And what kind of responsibilities came with it?
Because I know, because I know I can do more when it comes to my career. So I really strive hard to go on to the top. So lahat ng sacrifices, lahat ng, like, you witness it. So yeah, nagtatrabaho ako kung kailangan. I study it. I make sure that I understand everything. Because I know, for me to give you like a good future, I need to do something, okay? And even though na alam kong gumawa ng paraan para maging komportable rin yung buhay nyo. Yeah, that's why I have to strive hard.
When did mom and papa accept that you were gonna stay here?
Oh, well,
Because they thought that you were gonna go back, right?
yeah, I would, but kasi nga, iba na nga noon, nung that time, nandun ka na.
Yeah.
So, ayoko naman, ang hirap kasi nandito rin buhay ng daddy mo. So, because he has a job here. I mean, he has a good job here. I mean, it's just that, hindi na kami makaka-start sa Philippines kasi nga, mahirap na, may pamilya rin yung daddy mo dito. Diba, na nakadepende rin sa kanya. So, we cannot leave your, your grandmother and your grandfather. Yeah, so yun. So, I have to be here, to be with you. Mm-hmm.
And they just accepted it?
Yeah, Kasi alam naman nila yon. Because when you have a family, it's different.
It's different.
Yeah, when you have kids, it's different. They would understand it. And they're so happy when they saw you. Yeah.
And question 5.
Okay.
And in what ways have you had to sacrifice your needs, dreams, or health for the sake of the family?
When you have kids, you don't think of yourself anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think of them before yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kasi, syempre, yung mga bata, di naman nila gusto na nandito sila, diba?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, yung lahat ng pagmamahal ko noon na napunta sa inyo, I mean, hindi ko naman pinabayaan yung sarili ko. It's just that, before my dreams, I have to think of you first. I mean, at the same time, nagawa ko rin naman siya eventually. Like, nung bata kayo, I was studying, I tried nursing assistant. I tried to go to MBA. You know, I'm still learning. At the same time, I'm taking care of you. And then, of course, with the help of your, with the help of my in-laws, I was able to, at least, yung career ko, at the same time, inaalagaan ko kayo, and then at the same time, yung career ko okay rin naman. So, I've never stopped looking for a good job na would support the family. Mm-hmm.
Do you think that you've reached your dreams and your goals?
Yeah, I do. I'm already in the stage that I'm already there. Yeah, I'm not gonna ask for anything anymore. I think, I mean, looking at what we have, I mean, we're comfortable now. I mean, we're not rich, but at least, yeah, we're stable. Yeah, with career-wise, I'm stable.
How does it feel to support not only us in the U.S., but also relatives in the Philippines and the family you married into?
The relatives in the Philippines, because you would understand, the life in the Philippines, it's hard. Yeah, of course, if they needed help, if you have extra, I mean, why not, like, especially kung may sakit or anything na kailangan sa health, kailangan sa, of course, not luho, but if they need some help, if you have something, kasi maganda rin naman yung relationship ko sa relatives natin, you saw it. Kahit, syempre, pag humingi sila ng tulong sa'yo, alam mo namang meron kang money, it's okay to help. Yeah.
It's okay to help.
And then the family that I married into, it's okay too, because that's part of your marriage, right? Kasi magiging family mo rin sila eventually. Hindi man perfect, pero at least, kasi syempre, pamilya ng daddy mo.
It's like no choice, technically.
No, it's part of marriage. It's
marriage.
not no choice. No.
What keeps you motivated to continue working so hard, even when many people depend on you?
Of course, syempre, yung kayo ng kapatid mo. Yun talaga yung reason na hindi ko naman sinasabing obligated. Hindi yun. I work so hard dahil sa pagmamahal. Yun yung reason. Hindi dahil sa no choice ako. Yun ang pagiging sense ng pagiging nanay. Yeah. Iba kasi talaga pag may anak ka na. Someday, magkakaroon ka rin ng family mo on your own. Yun din yun. So, you have to teach your kids ng ganong value rin. Kasi, even though na hindi ka nun, syempre, wala naman perfect na family. Kasi nga, iba rin yung pagmamahal na binigay sa akin ni mama at papa. I mean, even though it's kind of different, syempre, iba yung generation nila. Nakita ko rin kung paano sila nagmahal, paano nila kami inalagaan, kung paano nila pinakita yung value ng family. That's why I always wanted to come back home. Kasi nga, syempre tumatanda din sila, diba? So I wanted to spend that time with them. Yun, okay lang naman. Hindi ko naman sinasabing malungkot ako. I'm happy naman, but sometimes yung homesickness saka yung emptiness. It's not you, it's not daddy, it's just that me. Yeah. But I know how to handle it. Kasi meron akong meron akong priority. So, na-overcome ko lahat yun. And through prayers din talaga. Yun.
When you visit the Philippines now, how does it feel different from when you lived there? And what does home mean to you today?
Home is everything. Home, Philippines is home. You just feel sad kasi how many years I'm living here in the US? 2021? No, 2001. So about 24 years. Nakakalungkot kasi I miss a lot of things. I miss all those special occasions na sa family. Wala kasi ako doon. And then looking back, nakakalungkot kasi tumatanda yung parents ko. Lagi kong dinala. Yun yung greatest fear ko, yung mawala sila. I know time will come, but sana wag muna. Yun yung regrets ko. Pero hindi naman ako nagsisisi kasi, you know. Pero in a way, parang wala ako doon. Ng half ng bubuhay ko, wala ako doon kasama nila. And then, uuwi ako. Every time yung phone nagri-ring, yung hindi mo ma-explain yung nervousness mo na baka may nangyari or something. But I just pray. Kasi without the prayers, I can't do it. Hindi ko alam kung paano ko kakayanin without God. Yun din. Sana pag tumanda rin kayo, yun, kapag hindi nyo na kaya, just pray. Makakaya mo lahat yun. Yun lang yung ano ko, yun yung greatest fear ko. Mahirap kasi pag, iba na kasi pag yung nawalan ka na ng magulang. Hindi ka na buo. You're not complete anymore. And maraming years na wala ako dun. So I just, kapag may time talaga, talagang uwi ako. And I know, I'm thankful din dahil naiintindihan niya yun.
Yeah. So like being here is not a regret?
No, it's not. It's just that, kasi hindi ko to pinlano. I've never imagined myself living in the US. Hindi ko talaga naisip. Never pumasok sa isip ko. Kasi never ko siyang nakita. So, yeah, yun.
If you never even dreamed about it, why bother staying? I mean, like, before I was here, or before Daddy,
No, kasi it was so soon nung dumating ka.
Everything was just so fast.
Hindi ko naman, wala naman ako pinagsisisihan na dumating ka. It's just that, may mga nangyari na you can't go back. Yeah.
So you want to reverse anything?
No. I'm not gonna reverse anything. Di naman. Kung if it's for you and Jacob, I would not reverse anything. Yeah.
Looking back, what moments in your life taught you the most strength, responsibility, or being a mother?
Yung still value ng family. Iba pa rin kasi kapag family ang pinag-usapan, you'll do everything for your family. You'll do everything for your kids. It's unconditional love kasi. Tsaka, yun nga, yung thinking about yourself, that's gonna be, the last priority. Ang first priority mo talaga is really your kids.
Last question. After talking today, what do you think we learned about each other or about your story that we normally don't talk about?
I think kahit naman din natin pag-usapan, alam mo naman yun. Eventually, yung value ng family. Sana,
pass it on.
Yeah, if I pass it on to you. Like, pag when you have your own kids, mahalin mo din sila. And then, yung kapatid mo, nag-iisa lang yun. So, of course, you have to love each other. May mga, of course, mayroon kayong mga misunderstanding. But, yun lang yung masasabi ko sa inyo when the time comes na sobrang hirap mga pinagdadaanan nyo sa buhay. Just pray. Just pray. Kasi naman, syempre, hindi naman ako habang buhay din nandito, di ba? So, you have to be strong. Syempre, iba talaga pag strong ang nanay. Right? you're the one who's gonna be magdadala sa family. Iba ang love ng mother.
The foundation.
Yeah, that's the foundation. Turuan mo yung mga anak mong magmahal sa pamilya, magdasal. Ganun lang. Yun lang yung gusto kong ipasa on to you. Yeah. Even though hindi ko naman lagi natin siya pinag-uusapan in this, alam mo naman yun na iba yung value ng family sa atin.
I do know that.
Kaya nga when the time comes na it's so hard na you think you cannot handle it anymore, just pray to God. Yeah, tatandaan mo yun kasi hindi habang buhay nandito ako.
Hopefully long life. Thank you so much for sharing your story with me today. I really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
your honesty and everything you've done for the family and for all of us. That concludes our interview recording.